Oh hey, if it's 10 a.m. on a Saturday and you're drinking a Starbucks refresher out of a martini glass, you're gonna love today's episode. Oh. Welcome back to Laugh Cry DIY. I am your host, Katie, and I am drunk. Just kidding, I wish I was drunk. And guess what? I will be, because today we are making a freaking bar. We have more room makeovers coming, and for this particular one, my friend requested a mini bar, and I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to customize a thrifted secondhand piece. Now, as long as you have shelves, you can make a mini bar from pretty much anything. We've seen people turn the IKEA Kallax into a mini bar. You can turn a bookcase into a mini bar. Those are all great options, but I wanted to do something a little bit more bold and fun. I've literally been looking for months, scouring Facebook Marketplace, looking at free furniture on the side of the road, looking at thrift stores, and then I found the perfect piece to make into our mini bar. Let me grab it really quickly. Look at her. Do these need to be in the shot? Okay. Here she is in all of her glory. Now, I found this piece in the thrift store and it is in pretty rough condition. I paid $50 for it. I did get them to cut 10% off for a lack of door front. But guess what? The door front is here. It's just inside. The room this is going into is going to be sort of a mid-century inspired room. So I loved that she had very simple, clean lines. It's totally laminate, like it's cheap material, but it does have this interesting wood detailing all around. I actually liked that, and I thought I would be able to incorporate it into our design. So before we start anything with this project, we need to make a few alterations to the cabinet as it is now. So when I first got this, I got really excited that this was a roll top cabinet. But I ran into my first moment of hell because I realized that I want to put a wine glass holder here, and that's not going to work because you can't mount it to the roll top. So we actually need to get the roll top out, and I'm not totally sure how to do that, but we'll see. This roll top is absolutely something I'm going to use for something else. It's kind of fluted, and that style is so popular on furniture, on planters, on anything. So I'm going to delicately try to remove this so that I actually can use it again. Don't break, don't break, don't break. Don't break, don't break. Ooh. Ooh, baby. Damage free. Oh, that is going to be so fun. We're going to take everything apart right now to work on some other stuff. Okay, this was inside it. I finally have my very own microwavable bacon rack. Yay! This is hilarious. That said, actually probably also gonna use this in a DIY because kind of fun. DIY pro tip, use a microwave bacon maker to organize perfectly all of your screws and handles. She is on wheels, which is fun, but it's not gonna be the vibe we're going for. And the other problem is that these parts right here overhang down. I want a beautiful, flush, clean bottom. And so she has given me no choice other than to actually cut those off. Wow, look at that backside, beautiful. Just perfect condition, looking great. We are going to do something interesting with this cheap backing. So I need to actually take it all off. So obviously this has all these little like kind of brad nails in it, and it took me forever, all sorts of different tools to figure out the quickest way to get it out. The answer is quick putty knife, pop it out, and then needle nose pliers. And do you care to see this whole process on film? Probably not, so let's move along. Blah! Oh no, one is in. One's still stuck. Ugh. We have these grooves left over from the roll top. We need to fill them. We need them to be beautiful. It's gonna dry in layers. It's gonna take a long time and a lot of drying time and a lot of layers. And is it worth it? Comment below. Would you have filled this? Actually, I'm such a genius. I just had this idea. Take the wood filler, roll it into little spaghetti, and then you can lay it into the grooves. And then take your mini screwdriver and stab it in there. It's also time for the wheels to go away. Bye. Alrighty friends, on to the scariest part of this project. This is just cheap melamine particle board with laminate over it. It's all like rippled on the side, so this is really ugly anyways, so it's good that we want to cut this off to make this beautiful flush bottom. So I drew a straight line to be my cut point, and you want your jigsaw to cut along that line. So what I did is I measured the distance from the blade to the foot of it. I'm gonna clamp a piece of wood along that line. It'll go perfectly against the side of the blade and keep us straight. And we're clamping. So I want to say shout out to my friend Real Rich who gifted me with this jigsaw. I went to the store and I got blades, but they weren't the same brand, and so they didn't fit. I said, dang it, let me go back, let me get the Craftsman brand set of jigsaw blades. But why doesn't the blade I need fit in the jigsaw? This is why people don't do things. This is why people don't try to save furniture from the landfill, because they make everything so hard. I just tried one more time to make it fit and it slid right in. Safety, safety always. Here goes nothing. I was about to cut and I realized that the blade didn't fit. I put in the wrong blade. Why, of all of the blades, there's only 2 blades in the whole freaking pack that don't fit in my freaking jigsaw? Why? So I'm just gonna use a finer blade. It's gonna take longer to complete the cut, but it will be finer, supposedly, and cleaner. Don't mess up. Woo! Yeah. I guess my measurements were off and the jigsaw started going in to the bottom, which is not cool. So we're gonna move this guide out even further to make sure it stays flush along the edge and doesn't cut into the bottom of it. Let's just say the truth, which is that the measurements were off. And thank God this is the bottom and no one's gonna notice after I sand it, right? You know, she's not perfect, but again, she's gonna be on the bottom and no one's gonna know. They're gonna know, no one's gonna know. Last round of wood filler. It's a new day, your girl is back, and before we clean or sand or anything, I'm gonna drill new hardware holes, and you guys know the drill. Simple cabinet jig, super easy. And I did wood fill the inner parts already. And should I show you the hardware now? You know what, I will. Look at these beautiful chevron mid-century handles. I bought these because honestly to me they remind me of car door handles, like a vintage car. And when you see the color we're painting, you're gonna love it. So we have the top here, and I need to drill those holes in, but I need to attach it first. And what's really fun about getting 10% off this piece is that I just spent 45 minutes trying to find screw options. And look guys, I think I narrowed it down to 12 screw options. So I found the screw that will work depth-wise, but the screw head is a little bit short and the hole is wider, so if I screwed it in, it would just pop through. So the solution is a tiny, tiny, cute little baby washer to make that a little bit wider. Do you see it? By the way, yesterday off camera, I put painter's tape all over this wood detail because the color is kind of like between a teak and a walnut, and that is a very mid-century wood look, so that's why I decided to keep it. And now it's the time we've all been waiting for, which is step 1, cleaning. And coming through with some fresh, clean water, we're gonna work on the legs. Hello and welcome to Leg Talk with Katie. So this is a mid-century inspired piece. So I got these little tapered peg legs, and I'm gonna spray paint the little metallic tips gold right now. This is the Rustoleum Universal Metallic Primer 1 in pure gold. We're gonna hit this with a 180 fine grit sandpaper. We are just doing a light sand, and this is just to prep it for the primer that we're gonna put down. So these have rounded edges, and I'm just going in by hand for those, because if I hit them with the sander, we would go straight to particle board, and then I'd have to murder everyone. Just want to say that I time my projects out really carefully, and I really wanted to have some free time this weekend and get this done. But when it takes you 20 minutes to find the screws for the drawer, and then you have to do your 4th layer of wood filler, throws off your whole day. It's all for you guys. I just want you to know, it's all for you. And why do I call you guys when the majority of people watching are women? Babes, all for you. Now it's the real moment where we find out if all this wood filling actually worked. Great news, it looks pretty dang good. Hi, what grooves, where, tell me, show me the line. I can't see it because it's perfectly filled in. And that is why you need to wear a mask when you're sanding, because look at all that fine dust. Before I do anything else, I'm gonna shake this out. And right as I was about to shake it out, 2 girls walked up to do a photo shoot in this alley, right where I needed to shake this out, and I had to wait 20 minutes. Now I already did 1 wipe down, and this is what the water looks like after that. So I think we're gonna need a 2nd wipe down. And here's an exciting behind the scenes look at everything. We made it to prime time, and today we are using the Zinser Cover Stain Primer Stain Blocker 1 coat. I'm painting on a white primer. It's already white. This is not that interesting. So let's pretend I've already painted it. We are back and we are dry. So I'm gonna go over and hit it with this 220 and get that nice and smooth before we put the actual paint color on. Not dry. Well, I am gonna go home and I'm gonna get a drink because making this bar is making me want to drink. Before I get that drink, we are gonna wrap up the legs. Boom, peg legs. So here we have our beautiful wood conditioner, which we are going to put on these legs. So I'm just painting this on and it's gonna stay on for 10 minutes. Alrighty, now we are hitting it with Behr water-based stain and poly in 1 in Antique Walnut. Now, I actually don't want this to be very dark, so I'm only gonna do 1 layer of this, and actually that might be perfect, and we'll see how it's looking. Hey, it's 7 a.m. and we're gonna get back to sanding, and it is so early that I cannot use my electric sander because that's too loud. So we're going in by hand. So I did 220, but I'm going back over with a 400. So basically you're making it go from like a really bumpy orange peel to like totally flat. Five years later, it is time to find out which eligible bachelor we are going on a date with today. By which I mean, what paint are we using and what color is it? We are using a new chalk paint today. This is Chalky Finish by Krylon. And the color is custom color match to Sherwin Turquoise Tint. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I wanted the color of this to be the color of a classic. I wanted the color of this to be like the color of a classic car. Whew. Like a 1950s, like, ooh, just. Okay, the trash is so loud, let's just paint. Alrighty, coat 1 is on. It says it only needs an hour of dry time before coats. I don't believe that. I'm gonna give it 2 hours. But thus far, good coverage, good vibes in general. So I think I'm happy with this paint, and the color is gorgeous. Alrighty, we are super dry, for real this time. No hand stuck. And it looks pretty beautiful. I'm gonna hit it all again with this 400. Now, I heard a good tip that when you're painting with chalk paint, you should alternate the brush strokes from coat to coat. So last time, if I went up and down on this second coat, I'm gonna go side to side, and that helps you eliminate all the like deep grooves of brush strokes in addition to stamping. I gotta say, looking gorgeous. You're supposed to take tape off when it's wet. So this is the third and final coat, so I'm gonna peel this off. So good. While all of this dries, we still have some light left, and we are turning our attention back to the legs. We're redoing them entirely. The gold is not as bright as the gold on the handles, so that must be changed. And the stain took totally splotchy. I hate that poly stain combo, never use it. So I'm just sanding everything down, and we're gonna restain. Some days a project is trying to kill you. I just spent, 15, 20 minutes sanding all of the stain off of this, and then I grabbed a towel to wipe it down wet and didn't realize that there was paint on the towel. Now there's paint on the newly sanded legs. So we're gonna go sand those again. It's getting late, and I didn't think I'd have to completely redo these from scratch, but we're going with my usual, my favorite, my best spray paint, which is Rustoleum Metallic Finish. That is the gold we're talking about. Do you see her shine? Oh, baby. I forgot this other stain I was gonna use for this, but I realized a mistake I made last time. I didn't sand these. And while I thought they were bare wood, I still have a feeling that they had some sort of coating on them, which is why the stain was so splotchy. I also used a bad brush. So I'm gonna switch to a foam brush this time, and we're gonna do the wood conditioner, we're gonna do the stain, and I'm just gonna pray that this is the better time. And if it doesn't work, then I will throw this literally off of a 5-story building, and we'll never speak of this again. Y'all ready for this? Okay, number one worked a lot better. Fingers crossed. And they do match the color of that, so doing all right. So it is time to coat this and seal it. Today we are using the Varathane Ultimate Polyurethane Water-Based Sealer. This sealer is recommended by furniture flippers across the world, and I've been wanting to use it for years. Days. So we're gonna do 3 coats of this, 2-hour dry time in between. And I gotta say, so far, this is incredible. This product is amazing. You can see where you've gone because it's milky. It goes on smooth, like no bubbles. It's super easy to work with. It dries quickly, but not so quickly that you can't like go back over if you see you have a drip or something. So I gotta say, 10 out of 10 so far. Today is a beautiful day because today is the day that we are finishing this piece. Now all we have to do is replace this backboard. Because we have these beautiful wood detail pieces around the side, I thought, what if we actually just do a wood backing? That way we'll bring in more of those warm wood tones. It'll kind of look like a more finished, stylized piece. But how do you color match this exact wood? It's very tricky, it's very dangerous work. But then I was walking around my mom's house and I found a bookshelf that my own grandfather made for me with his 2 bare hands many years ago. And I realized that the backing board on that bookshelf was, oh my God, the exact same color. You guys, holy. What's great is that this board is so thin, I don't even need to use a jigsaw. I don't know if you guys can see where I have traced the original line. So now I'm just gonna trace those lines to score them, and I'm just going over it with a regular X-Acto knife. Boom, look at that. Just score and snap. Ooh, look at that. And we're just sanding the edges just to clean them up a little bit. Are you ready to see what true love, true joy, true perfection looks like? moment of joy. Alrighty, now it is time finally to get those legs back on. We are almost done. And if you've never mounted legs before, the way they work is they come with a little mounting plate that you screw to the bottom, and then these have a little screw on them and they screw into that mounting plate. And then you have beautiful, gorgeous, stunning legs. So this is obviously gonna be a bar, and obviously we want a place to store glassware. So I got these on Amazon, they'll be linked below. I thrifted these adorable little glasses, and we're gonna put those right in here. Terrible shot, but you get it. Now, one thing that could quickly turn into a moment of hell is you need to really figure out how wide your, we knew that was gonna happen. You need to make sure that they're mounted far away enough from the edge and far away enough from each other, because if these are hanging and something like a martini glass is next to it, that is really, really wide, and you want to be able to actually fit the glasses in and out. And we are putting doors back on. It is the best time of our lives, which is hardware time. When you drill holes, sometimes depending on the angle that you're drilling through, it might not perfectly fit both of the screws into the handle. So sometimes you might have to like re-drill a little bit, or just kind of flatten it out so that everything's going through flat and not at an angle up or at an angle down. So fun, so easy. The screws are not going in totally flush, like there's this much hanging out. The solve is that we're gonna go get like a little washer. Here we go, see? That should give us the buffer that we need. She did, cool. Oh yeah, baby, we fit. Well guys, it's been a journey, and I am pretty sure that this is the most epic thrift flip, furniture flip, whatever that I've ever done. So I think that at this very moment, you have earned your big reveal. Well friends, holy what an episode it's been. It has been a journey, it has been a struggle. I honestly think that this is literally the most beautiful piece of furniture I've ever made. Totally custom, totally beautiful. So thank you for coming along on the journey. And to celebrate this beautiful bar, I'm gonna drink this entire bottle. JK, already have. Bye.